This is basic polynomials.
Okay.
The question is name each polynomial by degree and number of terms. It has got only one term and the power of the variable is 1. So that's why it is called monomial, and it is a linear. Linear because the exponent of the variable is 1, x is power 1. So that's why it is linear. Monomial, it has got only one term, that is negative 10x. Okay. Now for question number 2, you see the highest power of the variable is 4. So highest power is 4. This is also known as the degree. Degree is 4. So that's why it is quartic. And now it has got two terms. So that's why it is binomial. So it is binomial quartic or quartic binomial. Now this is a single term consisting of only one term, and for as far as the variable is concerned, it has no variable with it, so we call it constant. As far as the degree is concerned, its degree is 0 because the power of the variable, there is no variable with it, so that's why we call the degree is 0, and it is a constant term and it has got only one term, so monomial constant. Then for question number 4, we see that the highest power of the variable is 6. So degree is 6 and it has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 terms. So sixth degree polynomial, it hasn't got any special name like was the case of this power 1 that was having a name of linear. When the degree was 4, it has got a special name quartic. But in this case, when the degree is 6, it has not any special name. So this is called sixth degree polynomial. And since it has got 5 terms, so we can just say that it is a sixth degree polynomial with 5 terms. Okay, then in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the degree. First of all, let's see the degree. Degree is 3, the highest power of the variable. So that's why it has got a special name, cubic. It is a cubic polynomial. And it has got 4 terms with 4 terms. So you can call it is a cubic polynomial with 4 terms. Now we come to part 6. You see, as far as the variable is concerned, the highest power of the variable is 2. So its degree is 2 and it has got a special name, that is quadratic. Quadratic. And it has got 3 terms, so quadratic with, or you can call, it has got a special name, trinomial. From here you need to observe that tri means 3. Nomial means terms. So, polynomial that has got 3 terms has got a special name, trinomial. A polynomial that has got 2 terms that has got a special name, binomial. In bi, this bi means 2 and nomial means terms. So polynomial that has got 2 terms is called a binomial, and a polynomial that has got 3 terms, that is called a trinomial. So tri means 3. Okay. Again, this one, if you see the highest power of the variable, that is called the degree, that is 1, and that is known as linear, as was the case in question number 1. So we call it a linear because obviously the degree is 1 and it has got one term, as was the case in part 1. So we call it as linear monomial. Okay, then for the question number 8, it has got highest degree, highest power, that is called degree, that is 3. So that's why this is a cubic, as was the case in part 5, cubic. And again, it has got 3 terms, as was in part 6. So we call it as a cubic trinomial. So this is how we name different polynomials. Okay. Okay. Now after this, let's have something to work with. That is uh, the addition and subtraction of the polynomials. The subtopic is adding or subtracting polynomials. Now you see that this is one polynomial that has to be added into this one. We can add in different ways. I'm just giving you an example of the vertical method of addition now. This is just like as we add numbers in junior grades. Okay. The main thing that we need to care about is that like terms can be added or subtracted. Like terms are the terms which have got the same degree, which have got the same power of the variable. Okay. Now writing them down like this, we see this is 4m raised to the power 4, then minus m square. Now we need to add into this second term, which is 5m squared plus m raised to power 4. So I would write m raised to the power 4 under that term, and then I would write 5m squared here. So since we need to add them, so now the like terms have been written one under the other. So its coefficient is 1. So 4m raised to the power 4 plus 1m raised to the power 4, that gave us 5m raised to the power 4. Now for the second term, I need to observe that this is negative m squared plus 5m squared. So plus 5 and minus 1, that is obviously plus 4. And the variable is m squared. So the answer is 5m raised to the power 4 plus 4m squared. So this is how we do the addition using the vertical method. There is another method. Let me solve it with that as well. I need to see that 4m raised to the power 4, then plus m raised to the power 4. These are the like terms. And then it is minus m squared plus 5m squared. These are the terms with m squared. So now what we can do is that we can take m raised to the power 4 common. So this is method 2. I'm just going to explain. Uh, and from the first term, we are left with this 4. And from the second term, being the coefficient, this is just 1. So m4 being taken common. And then from the third and fourth term, this is plus 5, this one. Or let me write down minus 1 first from here, and then plus 5 from here. So now you see this is 4 plus 1, that is 5, m raised to the power 4, and then minus 1 plus 5, that is plus 4, and the variable is m squared. So it is the same answer as before. So there are two methods to add them. Okay, now let me do the addition question, that is question number 12, with both the methods so that you can understand them. I need to see 7x cubed. This is the term with the highest power, so I've written it first, then 3x squared, then plus 5. And from the second one, there is no x cubed term from here. So I would just write down 6x squared under this. Then there is an additional term 5x. Let me write down it in a separate column because there is no x term here in the first term. And then this is the negative 12. Negative 12. So this is how we can add them. Now we need to add them. So let me bring this down, 7x cubed. Now this is a pair of these two. So that will give me 9x squared. Then this is uh, 5x. It is a single term. So I'm just copying it down. And for this 5 minus 12, this is negative 7. So this is how we add them. Okay. There is one way to write them down, that is 7x cubed plus 3x squared. Since there was no x term here, so you can write 0x and then the constant term so that you follow a particular sequence: x cubed, x squared, then x, and then x is to power 0. So this is the sequence that you are following. Then uh, doing the same way for the next polynomial, this is 0x cubed, then plus 6x squared, then 5x, and then minus 12. We need to add them. So adding 7 and 0, this will be 7x cubed, then 3 and 6, this is 9x squared, and then 5 and 0, this is only 5x, and then adding positive 5 and negative 12, just like the simple numbers. This is negative 7. So again, you get the same answer, same result. So normally this works well for most of the students. So this is how we solve them with the vertical method. And for the uh, horizontal method of addition, this is method 2. What I can do is that I can have 7x cubed written solitaire because this was the only term. Then for x squared, 3x squared, then plus 6x squared. I've combined these two. Then plus 0x from here because there was no x term here, but there was a single x term here, plus 5x. Then plus 5 from here and negative 12 from here. So this will give us now 7x cubed, the only term, then combining them like this, 3 plus 6 with x squared. Now this is x pair, 0 plus 5 times x, and then finally 5 minus 12, that is negative 7. So finally you get 7x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 7. So in all the cases you get the same answer. So this is how we need to solve these questions. Okay, after this now we are going to have a concept of how do we subtract polynomials. So this is part number 11. Again doing it with one of the methods like the vertical method. So from the first one, this is x is to power 4 and then plus 5x. And from the second term, I'm having 3x is to the power 4 and plus 4x. Now I need to change the signs. Okay, when you need to do it, since you need to subtract this polynomial, this one, you had to subtract it. So you do a subtraction. So when you do the subtraction, actually what happens? The signs of the terms change. Okay, inside the bracket, this 3x is to the power 4 plus 4x. Inside the bracket, when you see, both terms are positive. So when you are subtracting them, you actually change the signs. So this is going to be having a negative sign with it. It is originally positive, but when you subtract it, this is the rule for subtraction that changes the signs of all the terms of the polynomial that is being subtracted from the other one. So I'm going to change its sign as well. The sign has become negative now. Now, uh, subtracting them like this is 1x raised to the power 4, and you are going to subtract 3x raised to the power 4. So answer is going to be negative 2x raised to the power 4, and then positive 5x. From this I need to subtract 4x. So 5 minus
Okay.
4, yes, that is going to be plus 1x. So the final answer is negative 2x raised to the power 4 plus x. Since normally we do not write 1 as the coefficient, so this is how we need to solve it. Okay, let me do uh, question number 14 now. I need to add these two.
Okay.
So
Okay.
13m raised to the power 4, then plus 2. And for the second one, this is negative 2m raised to the power 4, this one, and then plus 2 here. And there is another term for which I'm just writing it down
Yes.
like m raised to the power 4 n squared. Now I need to add them. So from 13, I'm going to subtract 2 because it was having a negative sign with it. So it is 11m raised to the power 4 plus m raised to the power 4 n square is the same and plus 4. And now from this result, I need to subtract this one. So this is 5m raised to the power 4, then negative 13 m squared n cubed. Now since I need to subtract it, and I told you that when we are subtracting, the signs of the polynomial that is being subtracted get changed. So this would become negative now. Also, this negative term would become positive now. So, uh, 11 minus 5, that is 6 m raised to the power 4, and this is this term is going to be copied down without any change, m raised to the power 4 n squared. Now, then I'm writing this one plus 13 m squared n cubed, and finally I'm going to write down this constant. So this is how we solve these and subtract these polynomials. In the same way, if I need to do question number 15, but I can do it here. Let me write down negative 4 n raised to the power 4, and then negative 10 m n cubed. Now from this I need to subtract all of this. So negative 2 n raised to the power 4, then minus 7 m n cubed, and then finally minus 6 n cubed. When I need to subtract it, I need to change the signs. This becomes positive, this becomes positive, and this becomes positive as well. Now this is negative 4 plus 2n raised to the power 4, which is negative 2n raised to the power 4, and negative 10 plus 7, this one, this is negative 3m n cubed, and then finally plus 6n cubed. Now I need to subtract this one from this. So this will be 6m n cubed and then plus 5n cubed. Now I need to change the signs. This would become negative now, and this also becomes negative because of this subtraction. So this is to be copied down without any change. And now minus 3 and negative 6, that is negative 9m n cubed, and then plus 6 and minus 5, that is only 1 n cubed. And normally we do not write 1 as the coefficient, so this is what is the final answer.